get started on this. Okay, there we go.
Hi, I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom. And I think Llytic was dying for a second there.
Yeah, this is What Are We Reading? We're back at it again with... Wow, that was pathetic.
Atlanta Nights.
Yeah. And we're on Chapter 12, the second one.
Yep, there are 2 Chapter 12s. Kind of wish Zane was here because it would confuse the shit out of him. It would be hilarious.
No, apparently he can't make it for this one. Because he's out gambling.
With his parents.
The fucking sinner.
Right.
The guy who ended up basically high for one of these.
I was going to say drunk, but okay.
It was kind of a combination. It was some sort of downer.
It was great. So, shall we begin?
Us off.
All right.
Chapter 12, the other one. The reception was a disaster for Callie from the moment she stepped into the hall, clearly famished from weeks of living on Excedrin and Diet Pepsi. Not Excedrin. Whoops. Zenadrin. Zenadrin and Diet Pepsi. That's a terrible diet. Ugh.
Yeah, no. Ugh.
She made a beeline for the appetizers. The Swedish meatballs. Oh, shit. The receptions at IKEA. Were obviously the most fatty thing on the table. It's better to have food that's high in fat than sugar, because unlike fat, sugar has been tied to heart problems.
Yeah, and fat is more energy storing.
It's just that the sugar industry paid off researchers. I'm not kidding. That's a thing that happened.
No, I believe it.
That's why foods are all like low fat, but they're loaded with sugar.
Yeah.
Because you remove the fat, turns out you remove the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
To her dilated pupils, those little red-tinged morsels of mad cow must have looked like manna in the making. I don't think they should have been made with cows suffering from mad cow disease. That's kind of a bad idea.
Yeah.
Also, dilated pupils. Is that part of the Zenadrin, or is she just having some real issues right now?
I think she's probably tripping, but, then again...
I can't go outside. The sun will burn my eyes.
Or she just went to the eye doctor, and they checked out her eyes and dilated them, and they're waiting to...
Yeah, and after that, you have to wear some form of sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. I usually just get the cheap...
that shit. That shit's why I have the transitions.
Yeah, I usually just get the paper kind that I put on underneath my regular glasses.
I do have a couple sets of the rolling ones.
Yeah, I did for a while, but I threw them away because I was never using them.
Are you kidding me? Those are fun. You can basically just put them on your face and have it to where it's like just being supported by your nose and your temple.
Well, yeah, but I wear glasses all the time except for when I'm sleeping, so...
That's your problem.
Yeah.
But as soon as she picked up a tasseled toothpick, the damn meatball launched itself off the stick. It made its sticky, greasy ambling way down the corset of her Vera Wang bridal gown, all over the hand-crocheted tool, and splattered its death throes on the open toes of her Jimmy Choo shoes. Oh, fuck. That is a bad time. That is just a fucking bad time.
Yeah.
I mean, that fucking IKEA food just messes up your Vera Wang gown and your Jimmy Choo. Fuck.
Yeah.
No one wants that.
Let's keep reminding...
if it were messing up your Supreme clothes, that's one thing. I mean, those are low quality clothes with just the Scholastic logo on them. I mean, that's nothing, but...
Yeah.
I'm going to say it right now. The easiest way to tell how high quality clothes are whether or not there is any visible logo. If there is not a visible logo, it means they're high quality clothing, because makers of high quality clothing believe that the quality of the clothes speak for itself. They don't feel the need to plaster that shit with logos.
Yeah. Well, as someone who wears graphic t-shirts, mostly the ones I pick up online or at Walmart, I really don't wear designer clothes because I really don't care.
All I'm saying is if you pick up designer clothes, make sure it's the shit that isn't covered in logos, because if it's covered in logos, that shit's trash.
Yeah, well, designer clothes are just kind of a ripoff anyway, because they're so dang expensive.
I don't know. I mean, a good $1,000 sweater. That shit's nice. Honestly, I feel like it'd be absolutely hilarious if someone who does buy a lot of Supreme and shit's just getting, like, really upset listening to this.
Yeah, sorry, we don't care.
Like, how dare you disrespect my clothing that's just plastered with logos because the sellers are too insecure to actually make quality clothes.
Hey, Llytic said it this time, not me.
Fuck all of you.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. Heck, Wrangler jeans are better quality than Levi's and just about the other super expensive ones, so fight me on that one.
American Eagle is fucking trash.
Oh, yeah. 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 I mean, Nike shoes are okay, but that's about it. The bride backed away from the table, letting out a strangled gurgle and waving her French manicured fingers in the air. She began
even worse. It's her wedding.
She began hyperventilating.
Can you imagine your own wedding and you just spill fucking meatballs on yourself?
Well, that's what you get for being a greedy guts.
That would fucking suck. Like, oh shit, I paid how much for this fucking outfit?
And I'm only gonna wear it once.
And it is just covered in fucking grease stains now. Oh, God.
Well, I can understand why she'd be hyperventilating. But
I would be too. I fucking mess up my wedding dress like that, I'd be fucking pissed.
Well, I don't wear dresses, so I don't know.
That's your own problem.
Okay, then. A cadre, I don't know how to say that, of caterers descended upon her. Seltzer, bleached linen napkins, and industrial strength cleansers at the ready. Don't do that. That's going to ruin the dress even more. Industrial strength cleansers, anyway.
It depends on what color the wedding dress, really. I mean, like, what shade of white we fucking talking? I'm assuming she's wearing white because it's a wedding, and white ended up becoming a symbol of the high class, which after white fabrics became more readily available, became more of a symbol for, just became more of a wedding thing in general. But
meh.
To anyone out there saying that white wedding dresses are a symbol of purity,
no.
It was literally just a show of, hey, we have money, we can afford to keep our clothes white. We can afford to not stain our clothes.
Heck, wedding dresses don't even have to be white. I've watched enough on...
I'm just talking about the reason why they're white.
Yeah.
It's literally just a show of money.
Yeah.
That later became more readily available for everyone.
Yeah. Well, it really depends on the fabric and stuff. Because, like, on Say Yes to the Dress, the TLC show, I've seen some of them get like coral dresses and like purple ones. I have two sisters. Don't judge me.
Honestly, I probably would have like judged less if it were just that you watch that show on your own because you just enjoy it.
I like four weddings.
Like the whole thing of I just watch RuPaul's Drag Race. Is it Drag Race or Drag Show? I just watch RuPaul's show on my own because I enjoy it.
Yeah, I actually like Say Yes to the Dress. Most of the time, we just had like one TV that had cable on it at a time, and just to like hang out a little bit without having to interact with each other, we watch TV. And I am always outvoted when it comes to stuff like that. So I mean, I would just sit there and be like, okay, cool, this is interesting, and well, honestly, Four Weddings is a much more interesting show because some of the different kinds of weddings that people throw is just amazing. And like it's actually a really good one. But yeah, if I do watch TV, usually it's usually like Adult Swim or Cartoon Network if there's a good show on or something. I don't watch like a lot of other things other than cartoons.
Course, who knows when the next Steven bomb's gonna happen?
Probably next episode. Let's see.
Oh, great. When are we going to get new episodes? Next year. I can't wait.
Oh, it's turning into the Cartoon Network version of Rick and Morty.
Well, part of it has to do with the fact that Cartoon Network is basically just peddling all the shit that people don't want to see.
Yeah, looking at you, Teen Titans Go.
I mean, some of the shit I can understand, but a lot of that shit that was really enjoyable is gone. Like, regular show's no longer there.
Oh, there are going to be some the creators of regular show are coming out with a new show called Close Enough on HBO, I think. It looks It looks really good because it's regular show, except they're not having to censor it.
That reminds me, the guy who made Gravity Falls, Alex Hirsch.
Yes.
He was talking about how he was making a show for Fox. Has that started yet?
I hadn't heard anything about that, and I don't think it has. I know the creators of Futurama are coming out with a Netflix exclusive fantasy show called Disenchanted, and it looks really good.
If any of you people out there like Futurama, there's a video you might find interesting by Wisecrack. It's basically like what went wrong, and that one it's talking about Big Bang Theory, and one of the things that they use to compare it to when it comes to like nerd humor is Futurama.
Yeah. Futurama is better nerd humor than Big Bang Theory.
Well,
like
anything's better nerd humor than Big Bang Theory, because the joke in Big Bang Theory is, they're just saying nerdy things. It's not a whole thing of, I understand that concept.
Yeah.
Therefore, the joke makes sense. It's not. It's just, they just said something nerdy.
Yeah, it's funny because nerds are weird and stupid and have no life experience. Fuck them, man. Like, seriously.
What we're saying here is fuck Chuck Lorre.
If that's the writer of Big Bang Theory,
that's the writer of Big Bang Theory, 2.5 Men, and I think that god-awful Netflix sitcom that was starring, fuck, I forgot his name. He's that Western actor that always sounds like he's trying to talk past his own mustache.
Oh, Sam Elliott? Wait, what god-awful sitcom are you talking about here?
Okay, fuck, we went off on a tangent.
Yeah, was it The Ranch? Was that it?
I think it's The Ranch, and that fucking... I fucking hate that sitcom. It is one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I don't think The Ranch was a sitcom, but that's the only thing I can...
It's a sitcom. It is a situational comedy.
It's a comedy? I thought it was a drama series.
No.
Okay.
It is a creator. Okay, no, Chuck Lorre's not involved. My bad. Whoops.
Okay, well, I thought The Ranch was a drama. I might have to take that off my list.
It's basically just a whole... How the fuck does it have 7.7 out of 10 stars?
A lot of people like it, I guess. I don't know.
Lowest common fucking denominator. Oh, hey, look, they have Ashton Kutcher. I remember him as Kelso with that 70s show. That 70s show is good, so this must be good.
Meh.
Despite the fact that Ashton Kutcher is kind of a garbage person.
She's not a very good actor either.
He's decent at playing stupid.
Well, yeah, because he is stupid. Those wedding pictures were going to have to be photoshopped for days to make that dress ever look ivory again. Oh, it was ivory.
Oh, it's ivory. Okay, yeah. Fuck. Yeah, that fucking sucks. Like,
red on ivory. Jeez.
Oh,
Swedish meatballs are supposed to be,
but yellowish red, grease red.
Swedish meatballs are supposed to be white, though.
Swedish supposed to be white?
Yeah, the ones I've had are white, or they've got a white, or maybe there's a white sauce and red sauce Swedish meatball. I don't know.
The ones I've always had have been more red, but no, it's not white. It's gray. Like a dull brown. Brown. Which I think part of that comes from the nutmeg.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
But yeah, that'd still be a terrible color because you have that, and then you also have the grease.
Yeah, and it'd be just noticeable enough.
That would. Oh god. Yeah, that would ruin my wedding.
That poor girl. Okay.
Anyway, I backed up, trying to hide the fact I was laughing so hard I was afraid I was going to spray shrimp cocktail all over my Milano Blanix. The fuck just happened?
We went from third person to first person.
I think I'm having a stroke.
I think we all are.
Of course, I backed right into Richard Isaac. What is it with this story and making me have a stroke?
I don't know.
3 episodes in a row that I have just stroked out because of this.
Yeah.
Oh, God. It's like any time I try to play golf, just stroking out all over the place. Anyway.
That was a bad joke, and you should feel bad.
Fuck you. We hadn't said 3 words to each other at the church, but I'd immediately spotted him there. This IKEA has a church?
I guess so.
His Armani suit was so sharply pressed, I'd imagine you could cut cheese with the creases.
I mean, if you're pressing your suit correctly, then yeah, you could cut cheese on the creases. It's kind of a common fact.
I'm not sure why you would. That just seems like it'd ruin the suit.
It probably would, but
like that cheese will just grind into the fabric.
Yeah, but it's like, what if you don't have a shredder? What if you need something else? I mean, I've got a suit here. Let's do that.
When all you have is cheese, everything looks like a slicer. Wait, that's not the phrase. Being a stock manipulator and a police stoolie, he'd probably stolen more cheeses than he'd cut. What?
I
mean, I get the whole thing that, yes, he's stolen a lot of money, but that was a weird sequitur.
I mean, this is starting to sound like a hard-boiled detective movie, like one of the poorly written ones.
So most of them.
Yeah, so like just add like a saxophone solo playing in the background, and you'll have one. Okay.
Not sure why my immediate thought was Careless Whisper, but okay.
I don't either, but whatever.
You know, Careless Whisper by Wham. It had the saxophone solo in it.
I'll need to listen to that.
Never gonna dance again. Only feet have got no rhythm. Oh, it's easy to pretend.
Yeah, I don't think
you're not a fool.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard that song before.
It was playing at the end of Deadpool.
The second one or the first one?
The first one. Which was a reference to a joke earlier in the movie about him joking about in which Wade Wilson jokes about like blasting Careless Whisper using a boombox outside. Fuck, I forgot her name. Well, actually, no. At that point, they were fiancés. His fiancée's window.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the credit music all that much. I remember the X Gun Give It to
that
You
movie then. It's impossible to forget X Gonna Give It to You.
Yeah, that was
especially with the music video in which we have a whole bunch of hearted thugs chasing after the person, like running towards the cameraman with the biggest like happy-go-lucky smiles on their faces.
I'll have to watch the music video now.
I'm not kidding. That happens. It's like, oh my god, that's adorable.
You and I have very different definitions of adorable, but okay.
I'm sorry, but people like it's basically like an army of Terry Crewses just running, and Terry Crews is fucking adorable.
If you say so.
It's this big burly dude that's just like the biggest puppy dog of a man you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
Terry Crews is fucking adorable. You can't say otherwise.
I need to remember who he is real quick.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no. I'm bad with names. I'll probably recognize him once I see a picture of him. Oh, him. Okay, yeah.
Man, it's fucking adorable.
Yeah.
Gonna be late to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that mashup I showed you and Zane? It was Call Me Maybe and X Gonna Give It to You?
Yeah.
One of the comments on that video was if Terry Crews was a song.
Yeah, it was a surprisingly good mashup.
First we gotta rock, then we gotta roll.
Okay.
Still, it was hard to ignore his ruddy good looks.
There you go.
I knew he had a yacht anchored in the Outer Banks, and his aftershave helped his allure by retaining a hint of sea air. The blue of his Ralph Lauren tie made his eyes seem more piercing, and the gray encroaching around his temples had yet to establish a firm beachhead on the rest of his scalp.
Okay, that's an interesting way to describe things. Yvonne.
Oh shit, I was voicing a woman the entire time. Whoops.
Yep. Yvonne, he said in a gravelly voice that hinted of a 2-pack a day habit only recently dropped. I was hoping Yvonne, he said in a gravelly voice that hinted of a 2-pack a day habit only recently dropped. I was hoping I would bump into you.
A doll face.
Oh, jeez.
You come around here often, Toots?
No, jeez.
Okay, I'm gonna try and send a GIF.
Okay.
See how this works, because I have never gotten one of these to work before. Yep, worked. Anyway.
Well.
Yes.
I don't know whether that's terrifying or adorable.
Both.
Yeah.
Adora bloodthirsty.
There we go.
One of my favorite lines from Homestuck. Rub up against me was more like it. He hadn't moved more than a millimeter since my well-toned derriere had grazed his hip.
For those of you who don't know...
Let me just tell you, I had one of the nicest asses at this party.
Yeah, I was about to say, for those of you who don't know, derriere means...
I think everyone knows what a derriere is.
Well, there could be people out there who don't, so...
Those people would be what we call children, and children should not be listening to us.
Oh, God, they shouldn't.
Not after the whole thing of us reading graphic sex scenes, poorly written as they may be.
Yeah. Okay.
We both watched in silent amusement as Callie's groom, Bruce, forced his way through the sea of starched aprons to comfort his fainting flower of a bride. Wow, she's really not taking those IKEA foods too well, is she?
Well, no. I mean, would you if that happened?
No, that would ruin my week.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bruce, I heard the frail flower snap. You just go away and let these professionals do their work. Go get my Aunt Eustace some champagne.
Aunt Eustace, what?
That's
it, I'm getting me mallet.
I was about to say that, damn it.
Booga, booga, booga.
That's it, I'm getting my mallet. Ooga, booga, booga, booga.
Stupid dog.
Stupid dog made me look bad.
Eustace as an old woman.
Yeah, I have a feeling you and I probably can't pull off his voice very well because we've
that's
got
why I was voicing him as an old woman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll work.
Because it's an old woman.
I guess so.
Dutifully, Bruce left Callie for her to her staff and went to get some liquor for Aunt Eustace.
Yeah, my dad had an Aunt Tom.
Huh. Is that what you got your name?
No.
I was named after my aunt.
I was actually named after my dad, whose name is also Tom. We have a lot of Toms in my family.
Is the aunt on your dad's side?
Yes.
Was he named after his aunt?
No, he was named after someone else. I think Aunt Tom was my grandfather's my dad's sister, my grandfather's sister. I don't remember though. Or it might have been his great aunt. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was his great aunt Tom, who was his dad, who was my grandfather's mother's sister, I believe.
Yeah. Huh. Well,
yeah, a little bit. But then again, my family is weird, so probably where I get it. Echoing what I was thinking, Richard whispered, "Do you think she sent him to the oldest, ugliest broad here because she's already afraid of comparisons to younger, prettier company?" Here he patted me on my back as if to let me know who the young, pretty company was.
Ivani, fucking savage. Now, Kelly's only got maybe...
No. That was Richard saying that.
Oh, yeah. Right. Whoops. Richard, you fucking ass. Now, Kelly's only...
Yeah, continue. I'll shut up.
Kelly's only got maybe 5 years on me, and I know for a fact that she's still got her natural software, and she keeps it in good shape at the gym. Natural soft. Wouldn't a better phrase for if we're talking about her tits and ass to be hardware, being as those are physical? I mean, software would be implied that, yeah, she has her brain still.
Yeah. Probably hardware would be a better description for that, but
yeah,
whatever.
Still has all her natural hardware. Let's see. Being a lady, I would never mention some of her other habits. Besides, what a little Botox between us girls. Still, I was flattered that Richard would include me with the younger set. Considering Callie was totally robbing the cradle, marrying dear little Bruce. What is he, like a micro midget?
Yeah, maybe.
Like 4'8".
Yeah, let's go with that.
Dear little Bruce.
Now I just imagine a baby shark like Bruce from Finding Nemo.
I never knew my father. I can't do an Australian accent.
I never knew my father. I mean,
Here's Brucey.
Here's Brucey.
Because we really needed a Shining reference in this children's movie.
It was funny. You have to admit, that was pretty funny.
Yes, but I'm just like flashing back to like as a kid seeing that. I'm like, wait, what?
Well, Shining really hasn't held up all that well.
Are you kidding me? The original movie is fucking amazing.
Eh.
Fucking love The Shining. That is one of my favorite movies.
I haven't seen the whole thing start to end, but
you probably should.
Well, just the scenes I've seen, it's like, I don't know. I think they could have been better done.
I don't think you want to say that anywhere around the director, because that man literally would make the actors film the same scene over and over 100 times to get it just perfect.
Oh, so that's why they look drunk. Okay.
I mean, he basically was one of the things he was known for was he more or less kind of like just like psychologically traumatized the main actress in that film, which I should not be laughing about.
Yeah, no, he sounds like a terrible person who deserved to be kicked in the balls.
But that's just one of the things he was known for. It's the same way with 2001: A Space Odyssey, which he also directed, and I don't know why I'm flaking on his name.
Meh.
Shining director Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, the dude is like fucking mental.
Yeah.
Like he would always have to make sure that everything was just right, just perfect.
In his opinion, okay.
Kidding me? His movies are fucking masterpieces.
I wouldn't go so far as masterpieces. They're damn good movies. They're damn good movies, but
there's a reason why they're just held up as just phenomenal by film snobs, and it's because they actually do merit it.
2001, I can understand. Well, then again, I haven't really seen The Shining start to end, so I really don't have that much room to talk.
But you just need to clear out an evening and sit down and watch The Shining.
Is it on Netflix?
Might be. I don't know. I rented the fucking thing, so.
Yeah, I was gonna watch Kong Skull Island later tonight, but
see that.
Yeah,
anyway.
I haven't seen it yet. Let's stop getting on tangents because we want to get 2 chapters into this and make it less than 2 hours.
I was enjoying Richard's attention. Of course, he's old enough to be my father, so that's a little weird.
A little.
Well, let's just say I like them with a little steel in their girders.
Okay.
Should talk about Viagra.
Yeah, probably.
Or is she talking about like hip replacement surgery? Like, I won't go after anyone who's not old enough to have needed to have a plate put in their femur because of osteoporosis.
Based on how this book is written, I would say it could probably go either way.
Plus, he still has shoulders you could hang a lion off.
I decided to go for the gusto. So, Richard, I said, think you can help me with a little problem I'm having? Which they forgot.
She said in her mind, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Richard backed up a few inches. do you think I was going to ask him for? Help with insurance, stock tips, what to do about some incorrigible STD?
I lost my navel ring somewhere over by the gift table. I was hoping you could help me look for it.
Well, that'd be a really weird gift.
Yeah,
Just
it would
a
be.
loose navel ring.
Ew.
Also, how did you lose that?
Very carefully. Let's continue.
That takes effort to kind of lose, doesn't it?
Yeah.
His eyes lit up with a predatory gleam. Oh boy, bad touch. I hoped it wasn't just the idea of finding gold. I planned to have him finding more than a little circle. I was looking for the big O myself.
I don't know what. It's okay. Over at the gift table, I did a full bend over to scan the floor. From his position, I was sure he couldn't miss a good gander at my leopard thong. Okay, then. It didn't really
always make Tom read these lines.
It just ends up that way. You're not making me do anything. It didn't really go with the fuchsia bridesmaid's confection I was stuck in.
That definitely doesn't go in fuchsia.
But I felt it added a little je ne sais quoi or
Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. I don't do fucking French.
It means how do you say?
To a rather dowdy outfit. Besides, it set off my auburn tresses better than fuchsia. Fuchsia, for God's sake. Callie wasn't being shy about trying to make all us other girls look bad. Welcome to Atlanta Night. Welcome to Atlanta Nights, where everyone is a horrible person and everyone knows it.
Sorry, it's not how do you say, it's I don't know what. So basically, it just adds a little, you know.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah, I guess.
But yeah, the fuchsia does not go with that. Then again, I'm not a fan of animal prints in the first place because I find them to be extremely gaudy.
Fuchsia doesn't really go with a lot of things anyway. I mean...
Well, animal prints don't go with jack shit.
Yeah, true.
Hey, look at this animal print. Yeah, thanks, I hate it.
Animal print. Tackier than just about anything.
Congratulations. Congratulations, your groin looks terrible. Your groin looks like a fucking train wreck.
All I'm saying is there's a reason it was a caveman times thing. We have learned since then.
Your fucking cooch is a crime against fashion. Like wearing white after Labor Day. What the shit? You might as well have just strapped a crock to your crotch.
That would be weird.
That's how unsexy that is.
Hey. Right. I think it's your line.
Yeah. Oh, God. You know, animal prints making a comeback. God, I hope not. But back to my prey. It's just a little old navel ring with an emerald on it. Chaos emerald. That shit's fucking huge.
You mean the Chaos Emeralds?
That's what I just said. A whole Chaos Emerald. That motherfucker's the size of your fist.
Yeah, no. I was saying you mean the Chaos Emeralds because there's a glorious SFM that I saw, and it was Obama getting a Chaos Emerald. It was great.
Just a fucking gemstone the size of your fucking fist hanging over a belly button.
I mean,
it's painful, but God, the things I do to look terrible.
Well, she is wearing leopard print.
Yes. I heard it go clink when I dropped Callie's gift off. Did you have it, like, on the wrong way to where the backer would have been on top, so all the weight would have been on the backer, keeping it in place, instead of, like, the other way around or some shit?
I don't know. Something I actually thought of is maybe she's wearing one of those dresses that has, like, a diamond slit to show off her belly button or something.
Well, I'm just thinking with, like, a navel ring, like, you're gonna want it to where the main part of the weight is being, like, you're gonna want it to where it's hanging off the top hole, not out of the bottom hole.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't just end up, like, accidentally popping off the back of the thing and just falling out.
Yeah. Well,
Then
I guess
again, I don't have a navel ring, so I might be completely wrong on how this works, but that just...
I don't care one way or the other, but let's just go with your explanation because that's all we got now.
I felt I needed some fortification before hunting under the table for it. After all, have you seen some of the monsters down there? There's a fucking Zen ogre under the table. I ain't hunting down there. Anyway. Here I raise my glass of... God damn it! Volv Clickall. Clickall? Clickall. I don't know.
Are you fucking asking me? I have no idea.
Of course I'm not fucking asking you, you fucking hick. And he gallantly clicked his Baccarat crystal against mine. Care to help me look? I asked, straightening up and giving him the full benefit of my fully bleached smile.
He gave me a frank appraising stare. At least I hope the stare was for me. He could have been tallying up how much silver and how many checks there were lying on that big round table, but I suspected the thought of my thong was more enticing.
Seriously, fucking leopard print. Who does that?
Yvonne, apparently.
I hope she didn't do that on purpose, because goddamn, that's unappealing.
Everyone in this book is unappealing. It would not surprise me.
Crimes against fashion make it even worse.
Yeah.
Coming? I asked, holding up the corner of the tablecloth, Taking a quick glance around the room, I saw only a bemused waiter who was holding a champagne bottle at the ready, was watching us, hoping to drench us with it.
And then light us on fire.
All the other guests were too involved with the dress drama to give our portion of the room a gander. Why would they give you a goose? Wrong gander.
Yeah, I was about to say. Without looking to see if he would follow, I crawled under the table. Fortunately, the cream carpeting was very thick. Now I'd see what he was made of. If he was as stuffed as his shirt, he would probably beat a quick retreat from such a silly situation.
Well, this is fucking stupid. I'm out.
Yeah.
I held my breath for a few moments, just as I was starting to feel really foolish. I heard him enter our little domain from the rear. Phrasing. He was awkwardly clutching a nearly full bottle of champagne.
Right
up your cooch.
I brought reinforcements, he said as he poured more bubbly into my glass, in case we get stuck here for a while and need to fortify ourselves for the search.
Ah, man after my own heart. All ready to lick her up for love.
Oh, God. We clinked glasses again.
Now what exactly are we looking for? He asked with a grin.
Oh, just a little golden O, I said. It's got a bit of green emerald just like my eyes. I batted my eyelashes at him in case he had somehow failed to notice my startlingly beautiful color.
Fuck. This motherfucker's laying on thick.
Yeah. Be gone, thought.
God damn it. Encouraged by his attention, I continued. First, we pat the rug, I say. Kicking off my slingbacks, I run my feet seductively all over the carpet and all around his pant leg. Unluckily for me, he did not in fact have a foot fetish.
To his credit, Richard immediately took off his shoes and socks and began running his toes through the lush carpet. So what do we do when this doesn't work? He asked.
Well, we could start by crawling around looking for it on hands and knees, I say, taking care not to bump my head on the bottom of the table. I yet again favored him with a view of my pert derriere. That raises a question I was thinking. How short is her dress?
Too short, probably.
Because, I mean, just gonna say, I don't think that a dress short enough that bending over exposes your ass is good attire for a wedding. If you're going out clubbing or something like that, yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
But a wedding?
Dude, remember how bad the people are in this book. I would not put it past
But a wedding.
Yeah, what's your point?
There are so many situations in which I could understand a dress being that short. So many. Fuck, you could go out shopping in a dress that short. I wouldn't give two shits. But a wedding? Going out to a family event, make sure I'm being able to put my ass on display.
It is Georgia.
What does the South have to do with this?
Oh, it's not the South, it's just Georgia.
Yeah, the South.
Georgia is a state in the South. I'm just
Yes,
talking about
the
Georgia.
South.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not trying to say.
Leaving his shoes behind, he clambered onto his own hands and knees and followed me around.
Oh, I say, feel here. I move his hand just over my knee. Is that something we should be looking into further? I ask.
I don't know. All I feel is your thigh. He responds, fondling my knee in earnest. Let me see if I can find the gold. As his hand moved up my thigh, I ended up finding my other piercing. In a move I would think was practiced, if not for the awkward angles at which we were keeping our head, in which we were at, odd angles we were at, which keep our head from bopping on the table. He climbs swiftly over me and shoves his knee up between my legs. Let me see what I can feel, he whispers. Moving his head up from my knees to run over my hips, then my tummy, then come to a rest on the points of my push-up bra. He rubs his fingers in concentric circles around my breasts. I haven't felt such a thorough feel since my last gyno exam. All right. And Richard's hands were mercifully warm. Oh God, imagine if they were just like corpse cold. Just had like fucking clammy hands.
Ew.
You know, this was getting all hot and steamy until your fucking ice blocks for hands ended up ruining the mood. Fuck. My nipples could cut diamonds because of how fucking cold they are. Anyway. His tongue reaches up to caress my ear. I could feel him nibble around the diamonds on my lobe. Unable to resist, I say, but what about my navel ring? One hand leaves my breast and tries to find a way to enter my skin-tight dress. When he can't find an easy entry, he reaches up under the skirt and pinches my belly button. And that was all. That there was no closing quotation, so apparently she said that. I'm just gonna say it. Someone grabbed my fucking belly button. That's gonna kill the fucking mood. Does she have an outie? Did he just stick his fingers in?
I don't know.
There's not much to grab.
That's weird. Anyway.
There's a lot of things I could consider groping, fondling, and pinching. Belly button is not one of them. Doing shots out of someone's belly button is one thing. That's another.
Okay, then.
Your navel heard of body shots?
No, I haven't.
How the fuck have you not heard of body shots?
Dude, it's me. Are you really that surprised?
Yes.
Well, you shouldn't be. Your navel feels perfect without ornamentation, he whispers breathily in my ear.
That's not weird.
But for engineering this rather unique experience, I promise to take you to Tiffany's where you can pick out the emerald of your choice. Unless, and here he pushes my bum into the rug, leaning his full weight against me so I can feel how ready he is for an adventure. Unless, he says again, you want to roll around some more and see what we can find.
Classy.
Yeah.
Having a quickie under the table at your friend's wedding.
Yeah. Speaking of classy, I need to take a bio break. I will be right back.
I'm going to continue reading my line then.
Sounds like a plan to me.
I struggled silently, wondering when I lost the upper hand in this seduction. My foot hits the champagne bottle and cold bubbly spills over, adding a tingly sensation to my toes. Okay. Yeah, I guess she has a fetish for her own feet. She really enjoys foot massages, and that's just like a little thing. I don't know. As his hand was now slipped from my navel to my love shack. Woo! Now, I've heard a lot of different terms for vagina, but I have never heard anyone call it a love shack. Fuck. Love shack is what I expect to hear someone call their cabin in the woods where they murder hookers. It's not what I heard. Axe wound is a better nickname for someone's vagina than love shit. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me, that's funny. I'm in no position to do more than wiggle. I have to muffle my moans for biting down hard on his tie. By biting down hard on his tie. Man, what was that? Louis Vuitton? What brand tie was that? Fuck, cause that's like a high-end tie. You can't just be gnawing on that shit. Let's see. What brand tie was that? What brand tie? You just can't be gnawing on one of those fucking Ralph Lauren, not Louis Vuitton. What the fuck was I thinking? So Ralph Lauren tie, you can't just be gnawing on that shit. What the fuck?
So what happened? You're complaining about a tie?
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. One, she referred to her vagina as her love shack.
Oh my god.
Now, bear in mind, among the different things I've heard people use to refer to their own vaginas, axe wound is among those. That's a better term for one's own vagina than love shack.
Yeah, I just love shack.
I take the magic conch above.
Jeez.
So say it, the magic conch.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. But she said she was muffling her moans by biting down on his tie. That's a fucking Ralph Lauren tie. You can't be gnawing on that shit.
Yeah, that's an expensive tie.
Gnaw on your own fucking knuckles. Or his knuckles. I don't know, like bite into his, chew on his ear or something. Don't bite his tie. Fuck.
The band finally stops playing.
I wasn't done yet.
Insipid butter. Ow.
Because all around us, I hear guests returning to the room. Oh boy! His hand moves inside of me with the skill of many years of experience. This is why I like my men with a little steel in their girders. I think. None of these pretty boys of Callie's will ever know how to do this so quickly or so well.
Well, hold on. Callie's marrying Bruce fucking Lucent. I would not underestimate that, man.
I mean, after all, he forgets that his girlfriend's vegetarian.
The band finally stops playing that insipid butterfly kisses. Trust Callie to choose something so banal, and it moves on to the stones. Richard seemed more than ready to pump me up. He moved his hand from my boob, and we were so close I could feel the tension of the teeth as his zipper slowly uncoiled. Uncoiled? What kind of zipper is he wearing?
A spiraling one. He got his zipper from Uzumaki.
Okay, then. When I felt his muscle...
Fucking spiraling zipper right in the middle of his pants. It's really weird to look at.
When I felt his muscle move against me, I realized he had been going commando.
Oh!
At a wedding.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to launder this suit.
I got wet just thinking about it. Proving how strong he was.
Yay! That is now a line that we have Tom having said out loud. That sound clip shall now forever exist on the internet to be abused.
Well, we've got to have views for that to happen, so... Proving how strong he was, he snapped the reinforced lace waistband on my thong one-handed. As I felt his missile seeking my silo, with all the power of American know-how behind it, I readied for the first strike.
We're ready to launch, sir. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. And we have liftoff.
Fuck, it's North Korea's final solution. All of a sudden, I saw the unmistakably cheap shoes of the champagne-toting waiter appear inches from my nose. There was a soft knock on the table over my head. Jeez it, the gig is up! I heard the waiter say. Your champagne is soaked into the tablecloth and they're bringing over a new one before all the gifts get wet.
I moaned with frustration and rolled my hips, trying to get a taste of nirvana before the world could stop my fun. But Richard was already rolling over and zipping up. Another time, ma chérie, he said. Without even a final kiss, he was gone. Were you expecting a kiss? Like, seriously?
I'm just laughing at the fact that apparently they had bumped the table enough to knock over the champagne. Imagine being at this wedding and you just see this one table like fucking bouncing.
Yeah. It's the gift table too.
Just stifle one.
Just read the fucking next
Boy,
line.
that'd make for an awkward wedding.
Yes, it would.
Oh, he'll pay for that, I thought. And gathering up my thong along with the scattered threads of my dignity, I prepared to dance my ass off for the rest of the night. Also, didn't it say that the thong was snapped?
Yep.
Unless she's just gonna tie that side back together, that's gonna cause some issues on the dance floor if her dress is short enough that bending over ended up showing it off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think too much about it.
Gonna be flashing everyone.
Chapter 13. The Atlanta rain came down hard and glitzy blue and transparent in a gorgeous murky haze over the bustling city as the popular and highly exclusive cafe reposed in its cozy yet definitely a corner nest along the posh avenue lined with trees and littered with pedestrians and people walking and their various and sun-dried pets. What?
Is that a real word?
I don't think it
the
is.
adjective diffident describes someone who is shy and lacking in self-confidence.
Okay.
So, cozy yet the cafe was reposed in its cozy yet. Okay, that sentence structure is just all over the place, but basically it's saying that apparently the coffee shop is shy.
It's
just shyly nestled.
Yeah,
so I guess it maybe just has a whole bunch of shrubs like obscuring the sign for it and shit.
I mean, I get what they're saying. It's just terribly written.
Also, sun-dried pets.
Yeah, that's...
All I'm thinking about is like whenever I go to like one of the better pizza places and the pizza has like sun-dried tomatoes or some shit.
Yeah. Or I was thinking like sundries, like in at a beach shop or something.
Fuck. There's this one place. I can't remember the name of it, but one of the pizzas they have there. It's like spinach, chicken, and I want to say like it's like the actual like it's Alfredo cheese.
Yeah.
Like white Alfredo sauce and cheese. And
yeah.
Oh my god, that shit. Oh my god, that shit's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds good, honestly.
Oh, fuck.
Kind of sounds like this one pizza that we had from this pizza place that I used to know about in the last place I lived, called
why does spinach get a bad rep as a pizza topping?
I don't know. Why does pineapple get a bad rap as pizza topping? It's great.
I love pineapple.
Thank you. You are the first person who I've met who actually...
My preferred pizza is pineapple and chicken.
Yeah, pineapple and chicken's pretty good.
That's partly because I don't like ham.
Yeah, no, pineapple and chicken's really good. Chicken goes well with just about anything. I worked at Domino's for a while, and I experimented with some of the pizza toppings when I was fixing myself a small pizza for lunch, because we're allowed to do that. It was kind of cool, but but yeah, let's see. Chicken and jalapeno is actually really good together.
Ooh. Wait, chicken, jalapenos, and pineapple.
That might be interesting, honestly.
And spinach.
Yeah, spinach might be a little excessive, but hey, may as well try it.
Light spinach.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that.
All right. They sat at a table near the window, watching the traffic and the gentle yet soothing pitter-patter of the little feet that sounded in their earlobes, but that was the purity of the rain. The rain soothed, and it made gently the soul's musing.
Isidore Trent lazily perused the menu of this trendy place, filled with extravagantly outrageous and overpriced items such as the foie de grace and pâté. The wine list alone made his pocketbook shudder with delicacy, but of course he pretended he could afford it all and more, and then he merely put down the menu with a sniffling disdain and addressed the companions across the table from him.
What a great lunch, eh, Isaac? What'll you be having?
Not sure yet, replied Isaac Stevens, the older man, hair close trimmed and distinctive and beard, pepper, and salt imposing, and gave a satisfied smirk and a wink. Oh boy, we're going back to this now.
Isaac's back with his close-trimmed hair and distinctive pepper and salt beard.
Yep.
And apparently, just in like the character description, it was backwards, because of course it was.
I think I'd like to watch the scenery first. I know how you and Bruce Lucet love this kind of thing, too. Young, ruddy fellows that you are, as he mentioned with a brave and subtle rotation of his steady eyes, not toward the rainy window, but at the passing buxom and slender waitresses and well-dressed young women being seated a little away from them, 2 tables down. His eyes were visibly popping with sensual overloads.
I think you might want to get that checked out by a doctor.
That sounds pretty dangerous, man.
Yes, keep looking, old man, while I look at you look, said Henry Archer in the empty seat next to them.
Only Isidore could hear that voice, ringing like a bell of the Notre Dame Cathedral in his mind, and resounding in the dinnerware, and rebounding in the cutlery of the window glass, for Henry Archer was dead and buried. His post-accident twisted body rotting in his resplendent grave.
What?
I see dead people.
You just went right past that line. What?
Only Isidore could hear that voice, ringing like the bell of the Notre Dame Cathedral in his mind, and resounding in the dinnerware, and rebounding in the cutlery of the window glass, for Henry Archer was dead and buried, his post-accident twisted body rotting in his resplendent grave, for he could definitely afford it, and his wife Callie, who'd inherited his millions, was just decent enough to respect his last wishes regarding his own corpse of his Callie, the frigid, socialite, arrogant woman.
Like you just went right over that line. It's like, wait. The man's
he
dead.
sees dead
anyway.
People. Is dead. He sees dead people. Is that hard to understand? It's not.
It's just the fact that you were like, oh, anyway. Like, it wasn't even, oh, anyway. It was just like you didn't even acknowledge the fact that was mentioned. It's like, moving on. That doesn't matter.
How am I supposed to react to that? I mean, this is just a poorly written book, so may as well.
Yes, but every time I think I'm used to it, something new happens because of the fact that there's like 24 different authors.
Yeah, well, you may not be used to it, but me, it's just like, okay, whatever. I really don't care. This is just fun-ish.
You can't just suddenly be throwing ghosts at me.
I mean, you can. There's nothing to say that they can't.
There's been no setup to that. That's what threw me.
Well,
last
of course
chapter
there's
we
no
had
setup.
People fucking under a table. Now suddenly, hey, by the way, ghost.
Isidore can see ghosts. It must be a ginger thing.
They looked at each other the way only 2 redheads could.
That line is still like my favorite one in the book, just because it's so stupid.
How was business, or should I even ask? Said Isidore, his red hair pulled back in a casual yet stylish ponytail, hard-boiled and gushing sex appeal as only a 20-year-old man could. So he's not even old enough to drink.
Hard-bodied, not hard-boiled.
Did I say hard-boiled?
Yep.
His ponytail was hard-boiled.
We're going back to the detective movie thing now.
Connor! In his very prime of existence and radical experience of life, he had no need to stare at the women passing by because they continuously stared at him, watched his red-headed, careless, macho yet sensitive it!
Fucking...
Ah! Woo! That's a line. Yes. That redheaded, careless macho, yet sensitive ponytail. Oh my. His rippling muscles concealed under neat casual wear. He drew them like imagined drew hungry flies.
Magnet.
Whoa, wow. I thought they didn't spell the word magnet for us.
Nope, they spelled it. It does make sense. They spelled it.
Yes, magnets and their ability to draw flies.
Yeah. I guess this is the sci-fi part they were talking about. That's what you think you are, said Henry Archer, the eternal voices in his very mind. But you are not, you know. You are not, not ever.
Oh, is he hallucinating? That's what's happening?
Probably.
What's happening. That might explain things. Still stupid and weird, but
yeah.
The rain continued to beat down. First patter, then come down in drizzles, and for a moment Isidore was distracted enough by the eternal rhythmic sound to gaze outside the window and just look at the sublime incandescent beauty of the city nature flourishing before him. The wild city pigeon.
Yeah, I like pigeons.
They don't taste very good.
That's not why I like them. I just like them because they're like fat and cute.
Tom, Chubby Chaser, confirmed. Weeping, crying haze and the silvery shadow stood leaning in the air before the window. A young passerby woman paused, leaning up to pick up a bag that fell into a puddle. And for a moment, she reminded him of Irene and long blonde hair and voluptuous straining body. Might want to go a size bigger on your clothes.
Yeah.
Oh, so alright, but God damn it.
Acacia.
Acacia fragrant mouth.
Yes, she was a hot number, that one, mused Henry Archer, ghostly and virile. Virile.
It's basically masculine and fertile.
Okay.
Like lobsters when they get older, because lobsters do not age, they just get bigger and hornier.
Just below his ear, and across the table in that empty and ominous seat.
Hush, you bastard. Hush, bastard, you devil. Isidore wanted to say, but couldn't, because Irene's father, Isaac Stephen, would think he mad, or worse, he would begin to suspect. Irene was there in his mind, and so was Henry Archer, who grinned in his suave manner, once again reminding by his confident, glossy white teeth why her had been his willing mistress and lover. So he's just imagining both of these people.
Yeah, he's... The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think Isidore is probably insane.
And yet he's still a better choice than Bruce Lucent.
True. There is the matter of Richard Isaacs, of course, said Isaac suddenly and quietly through the set thicket of his distinctive beard, putting down the menu on top of the plate and inadvertently making the water glass clank gently and ricochet merrily against the salad fork. He smoothed back his close-trimmed hair and scratched at his salt and pepper beard.
The glass ricochet against the salad fork across the room into a waiter's face.
Into his eye, more likely.
Oh God! An entire glass of water into a person's eye.
He started screaming.
Glass shards were just all up in his face.
His eyes used to be blue. They were now red.
Whoops. Yes, I know. The rain pitter-pattered and there was silence in the noisy cafe. And maybe in their minds.
Silence. Noisy cafe noise.
That's my line!
Yeah, you just read my line.
Did I?
The rain pitter-pattered was my line,
God
yes.
Damn it.
Now we're even!
Moments later, their young strawberry auburn headed waitress attended them with a pleasing, winsome grin full of healthy teeth and gums. As opposed to the other waitress, whose grin was full of shark skin and fingernails.
Yeah.
Really concerned on how that happened. Her generous bosom swept forward in her tight-fitting blouse, unbuttoned precariously, yet full of devious intent to reveal the tender, rosy, heaving flesh under the stretched, starch-straining cotton. Again, might want to go a size larger if all your clothes are straining like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be sexy, because that's how all these trash romance novels are written.
Oh, what's sexy about what's sexy about ill-fitting clothing?
You ask the people who write this stuff. I don't know.
Write the stuff that this stuff is parodying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What may I get you, gentlemen? She said in a honey-pert voice and a flash of white pearly teeth and a face of unusual refinement for such a creature. What was she doing here in this... Here, spelled wrong. In this seething and empties a trendy morass of human dross and raging worldly clamor.
The fuck does any of that mean?
I know morass means like... Actually, no, I forgot what it meant, but I think it's like...
I know what the words mean. It's just that they make no sense how they're structured.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Isidore, mused, Isidore to himself. She is another unfortunate, probably alone in the world and needing to pay her way in the world by world of men. She may be writing a novel in secret, and I know her kind. And he had an immediate need to comfort and console her, and felt a pang of desire in his southern regions of the hardy young body. What we're saying is he popped a boner.
Yeah, pretty much. Give us another minute, honey, will you? Said Isaac, grinning at the waitress and winking gently like an older man who is respectable, no doubt, and has spent a wild youth sowing his wild oats and a bit of wheat and barley. I get what they're going for, but why was it phrased that way?
Because it's supposed to not make sense.
Yeah.
Would you like some more water? Would you like some more water, sir? Said the nubile waitress, addressing Isaac, but Isidore felt her posture straining toward him like Jack toward the beanstalk of his dreams. He could almost read her eagerness to serve him. Whoops, not the other.
Oh, I've seen this
narrowed and spun. Then it receded like the glory of the outer rain and inner worldliness.
Silence and moments of pitter-patter.
You are the one with the death wish. Said
with
Henry.
A sex death wish.
Actually, wait, no. I have an idea for what we could do for dead Henry Archer. I could do anyway. Oh, god damn it! Never mind. I'd have to wait for it to update.
Right.
Fuck. I was gonna put on the echo effect.
Oh, jeez.
Hissed Henry Archer and his ghostly presence permeating the room. Just look at her. You know she wants you. They all want you. Except Irene. You can never have her, because she will always be mine. She cannot ever forget my youthful bodybuilder physique, the firmness and rock hardness of me. The only things that would satisfy. Her father does not know that his sweet, innocent Irene was a wildcat in my bed. I could always make her mew. That's a weird... Okay. And to my musical key, none other. She purred for me like a bobcat kitten before it became fully grown. That's not weird.
It gets worse.
Gained poundage and muscle bulk, and discovered another wildlife of his kind and ilk. Vibrant, innocent, but sensual purring. Ever purring for me, she will.
Actually, I think I am ready to order now, said Isidore, firmly ignoring it all, flipping back his red forelocks out of his face and beyond the back to where the bulk of the abundant and suggestive ponytail rested against...
How could a ponytail be suggestive?
I don't know. Rested against his wide, strongly, utterly virile back. A back that could do the beast with two backs so well. When one of the two backs came into question and under scrutiny, but the other back, of course, depended on the woman writhing with him, under him and on top of him. Ah, the breasts they would make. Beasts they would make. Okay, yeah, there was an R there.
It's a reference to a Shakespeare line. Make the beast with two backs.
Oh, okay.
AKA fucking.
Yeah.
He ignored the voice of Henry Archer and flipped off the ghost.
Hey, it's what I do.
Like, in this cafe, just flipping off an empty seat.
Mm-hmm.
Just not facing it, just like everyone's staring at him like, what the fuck? Dude, there are children present. He ignored the voice of Henry Archer and the ghostly evacuated presence among them and concentrated on thoughts of lunch and thoughts of Richard Isaacs while retracting and folding away all distracting thoughts of Irene's blonde fairness to the back of his subconscious mentality.
We should really talk to Richard about his behavior, said Isaac's low baritone while the waitress deftly and smoothly poured water over his shoulder into Isidore's glass and then Isaac's glass. Her bosom was almost spilling outside, and the depth of her cleavage was undeniable, like the depths of the liquid in the clear, cool jug, and the profundity of the dripping rain outside.
I could fit my whole fist in there. Up to the elbow. Just keep going. This is really concerning. Up to my shoulder now, where there's no wind. It's like a TARDIS, but with tits. Anyway.
Yeah, you're lying.
Isidore visibly forced himself to unglue his eyes from the panorama of mummeries.
Mm-hmm.
Mummeries.
Mm-hmm.
Oedipus. And femininity. And said, I'll have the lightly braised spring lamb au jus and a vinaigrette à quoi.
Would you like super salad? Said the waitress in a breathless soprano. Her impressive memory watch was inches away from Isaac's distinctive bearded face.
Memory watch?
Did she have like a stopwatch dangling right there between her tits?
I mean, maybe.
What time is it? I mean, I know it's the whole thing of like women being able to just like use their bra and shit to hold things, but I'm just imagining like a woman using her like cleavage to hold a stopwatch. Just like reaches down her shirt, pulls out a stopwatch, looks at the time, puts it back. I'm sorry, that's a funny image.
It is kind of a funny image now that you mention it. God damn it.
You just gotta hope it's not a hot day because that might ruin the stopwatch.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck, I sweated and it got into the stopwatch and fuck, that won't tell time anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of weird that I have that in there.
Stopwatch or pocket watch?
Probably a one with the chain.
Pocket watch.
Either.
Stopwatches are the ones that you
pocket
use.
watch, right.
Yeah, stopwatches are the things you use to time runners.
Technically, it'd be going in a pocket of sorts.
I mean, if you could...
Granted, if you've ever seen any pockets on women's clothing, I can understand using them.
Yeah. Women's clothing do not have very good pockets, like, at all.
I can't fucking fit my hand in any of those pockets. Fuck, how am I supposed to walk around with hands in pockets? Can't even fit my fucking phone in these pockets.
Hey.
And I don't have the benefit of having cleavage to stick a phone in. Anyway. Salad, please. And what kind of dressing do you have? Said Isidore, lifting his sensual, narrowed eyes from his table setting and allowing them to reign free and bounce over her lovely face.
We have French, Italian, sun-ripened tomato and avocado, Thousand Islands, honey mustard, low-cal French, low-cal Italian, low-cal Thousand Island, oriental Thai oregano, and a house dressing with secret ingredients, which I highly recommend.
Might have to go with the house. Kind of curious how that turns out.
I'd go with Italian as long as it's vinaigrette because that stuff's good.
Yeah. I mean, my preferred is ranch, which, boy, is that unhealthy. I guess it's good that I have no meat. I am just bone. Yeah. Go ahead and order the French. Go ahead and order the French. Mocked Henry Archer. You know Irene's French kisses were sublime. Boy, is that a fucking stretch. And yes, I tasted them repeatedly and dolefully. Who fucking cares? Oh no, the person I am with was with someone before. Oh no.
Locale Italian, said Isidore, never blinking yet narrowing his eyes and then widening them in involuntary but firm pupil dilation and watching the wavelength and frequency of her eyes, so that the waitress was the first one to blink away. But first she heaved her chest in an automotive reflex that was not to be denied.
What?
I don't know.
The fuck just happened?
Let's just keep reading.
As I was saying, Richard has gone too far at this point, interjected Isaac Stevens, pulling down the white linen napkin, sterile like Casey Archer, yet pure like Irene Stevens on his lap.
Cassie Archer.
Cassie Archer. Are we saying that Cassie Archer had her tubes tied?
It's possible.
Or was she just barren? Like, was she just... What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
Let's just say that Cassie Archer didn't have any diseases.
I don't know. Let's just keep reading because this doesn't make any more sense the more we dwell over it. You do realize that, right?
Well, that's kind of the point. I'm trying to make it make sense.
Well, stop. It's not going to, and it's going to make less and less sense the more you think about it.
Anyway, everyone except Cassie has a disease. I saw him the other day at the racket club, and he looked pale and just sick with exhaustion. Wonder what the matter is this time.
The waitress jotted down Isidora's order, then looked at Isaac with the patience of a saint who has to work tables in order to support a family and possibly just a writing habits, not to mention pay bills and federal taxes.
Okay, that line's kind of amazing.
That got kind of personal. Are you okay, Mr. or Mrs. Author?
Are you okay, Miss Waitress Lady? Sorry, that's an amazing line. I don't care what you say.
That was a good line. I enjoyed that.
Like, that's just like that over the edge, what the fuck? Isidore picked up his water glass ruefully, considering what was within. Water. A cousin of the rain pattering on the window. Also water. And drew the parallel between the microcosm of the glass and the macrocosms outside. Water and water.
The macrocosmos outside.
Cosmos. Whoops.
It was microcosm, but then you said macrocosmos, so whatever. No one is pure, not even the rain, said Henry Archer's hateful, ghostly voice.
Isidore's fingers shook so much in that moment he spilled some of the cool and refreshing once tap but now double filtered contents of the glass, just droplets of the mountain spring purity, onto his shirt. Isidore exclaimed and grabbed a napkin to dab at his shirt in some confusion, while Isaac and the waitress and the whole restaurant and possibly the whole world stared at him. And the moment extended itself into eternity and then redoubled upon itself like an emulsifying and moisturizing like the emulsifying and moisturizing nature of the rain.
Low self-esteem, the scene.
Yep. Oh, God, my anxiety spikes.
In the empty seat across the table, Henry Archer cackled like an evil genie without a bottle to return to, nor needing one, since he was fully dead, and Isidore could make himself believe it at long last.
His spirit and consciousness hung boldly in the air while the rain outside continued to come down in the greatest flood.
And Isidore suddenly felt himself refreshed and free of shame and guilt and able to speak at last.
He opened his mouth, clearing his throat, and swallowed the pasta, digested the moment, and started to honestly speak to Isaac Stevens about Richard Isaacs. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's also kind of an amazing line.
Yeah, a little bit.
He opened his mouth, cleared his throat, swallowed the pasta, digested the moment, and started to speak.
In the deepest closet back of his mind, however, there will always be the rain and Irene with her raining liquid blonde hair, the complex daughter of his lunch companion and confidant.
The rain came down.
Oh, joyous yet serene, emancipated rain.
I bless the rains down in Africa.
Fun fact: the word for that is "I guess it rains down in Africa." Everyone just decided, "Oh, I bless the rains down in Africa."
Pretty sure it's I bless the rains.
No, look it up.
Africa by Toto. Lyrics. I bless the rains down in Africa.
Are you
Looking at it
sure?
right now. It's gonna take a lot to get me away from you. There's nothing 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had.
Damn it, you're right. Okay, I was wrong.
Get fucked.
Eh. Well, whatever.
I'm sorry. Are you sure about that? Looks it up. You're wrong.
I thought it was "I guess it rains down in Africa." I was wrong.
Nope.
Nope, not at all. Well, shall we sign off?
That's embarrassing.
A little bit.
You might as well now. Whoops. All right, now I'm Llytic.
I'm wrong.
Yes, you are.